Okay, let's talk about a pop star you think you know. That wholesome national treasure you're probably picturing. Yeah, forget all that. He actually started out as a public menace.
So, when I say the name Sir Cliff Richard, what pops into your head? Probably Christmas number ones, right? A squeaky clean, kind of wholesome British icon?
Well, you're going to want to buckle up, because before the Beatles ever showed up, he was the most rebellious, the most dangerous rock and roll star in Britain. No joke.
Let's dive right in. We're talking about Britain's very first rock rebel. So, get this. They marketed him as Britain's answer to Elvis. And boy, did it work. Promoters were thrilled, parents were horrified, and TV producers, they were so scandalized by his dance moves, they literally called him a crude exhibitionist and said he was too sexy for TV.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. You know who said that? Not some music critic. That's a quote from John Lennon. Yeah, that John Lennon, who said that before Cliff and the Shadows, British music was basically a wasteland.
And for a while there, he was untouchable. We're talking about a time before Beatlemania, when it was all about Cliffmania. And the hits just would not stop. Move It basically kicked the door down for British rock and roll. Then came smashes like Living Doll and The Young Ones. By the early 60s, he wasn't just a pop star, he was the voice of British youth culture.
So what do you think this number one is for? Another chart topper? Nope. This is something even bigger. This is insane. In 62 and 63, Cliff Richard was the number one box office draw in the entire UK. I mean, he was bigger than James Bond. People were choosing his musical films over 007. Just try to wrap your head around that level of fame.
But you know how it goes. Just when you're on top of the world changes. And for Cliff, that change came in the form of four guys from Liverpool.
Yep, the Beatles happened. And just like that, the entire music landscape shifted under his feet. Suddenly, his polished pop started to sound a little, well, old-fashioned. Okay, seriously, put yourself in his shoes. You're on top of the world, and then this new sound just completely takes over. What's the plan? Do you just quit? Pack it in and become a trivia question?
Not even close. He did the absolute last thing anyone expected. He didn't try to out-rock the new guys. Instead, he leaned away from the rebel image, publicly embraced his Christian faith, and totally reinvented himself. And this little story is just perfect. It hilariously sums up the new Cliff. In 1975, he records a song called Honky Tonk Angel, having absolutely no clue that it's slang for a prostitute. When he found out, he was so horrified he made his label pull the single immediately. You couldn't make this up.
But here's the thing, that crazy pivot didn't end his career. It was the secret to his survival. It set the stage for one of the greatest comeback stories in music history. Just look at this. It's wild. He didn't just survive, he kept on dominating. Number one hits in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s. That is just, it's unheard of. How did he do it? The man never stood still. He had a massive disco hit, then he teamed up with punk-era comedians for a charity number one. He basically invented the modern Christmas single, and he even got knighted before any other rock star. The man was a chameleon.
So when you actually step back and look at the whole career, the numbers are just staggering.
14. That's 14 number one singles in the UK. Only Elvis and the Beatles have ever had more. That's the company he keeps.
67 top 10 hits. Again, second only to Elvis. The sheer consistency over that much time is just mind-blowing.
But this is the killer stat. From rock and roll rebel to enduring pop icon, he is the only singer in history to have a number one hit in 5 different decades in a row. A true one-of-a-kind survivor.
So that really makes you wonder, right? Who out there today could possibly pull this off? Who has the staying power to be scoring hits in, like, the 2070s? Taylor Swift? Drake? Let me know who you think could do it down in the comments below. Hey, if you enjoyed learning the secret history of this music legend, do us a favor and hit that like and subscribe button for more deep dives.